medicine of coming out through the plant and becoming a seed again, and just noticing all the variations there too. With that, we're creating some of these devices. Yeah. I
Mhm.
mean, there's the way beyond the thinking that allows us, yeah, that we don't have to be drinking and or
Okay.
eating or anything like that. So,
Okay.
beautiful.
So did anybody see about that video about Pope Leo
Yeah.
about Mary? Did you see that one?
No,
Anybody?
I have not.
Oh, okay.
I
So
didn't really
Did she have
understand
a tear or something? Or I'm sorry.
what?
Did she have a tear or did she have
Well,
some DNA brought forth?
it's an hour long.
Oh,
So uh obviously is an AI, but it, it but it's really, for me, it was just amazing. Okay.
mm.
So Japa Saraswati, can you put that around us for
I
us?
believe I did. I
Mm.
believe I did.
Okay. I didn't see that in my phone.
Let me double check. I will do it again,
Okay.
if I did not do it already.
Okay.
How about that? I'll do it after the meeting though.
Sounds perfect. Thank you so much.
Oh, was that okay?
Okay.
Okay, I will do that. Yes, I see where I left it off, or I see where the confusion was.
Okay. So, um, so is everybody here? What about Salt City?
I called her about 3 minutes before the meeting started, and I sent her the links and the prompt. So
Okay,
that is what I can do.
I got it. Okay. Thank you. So, we're tuning in
Okay.
and breathe and breathe a little more. So, inhale. Om Namo Gurudev
Namo
Namo Om Namo Gurudev
Namo
Namo
Om Namo Gurudev
Gurudev
Namo
Ant
Adgrename
Jugadren
Jugadgrename
Satgren
Satgrename Sri
Gurudev
Gurudev
Adgren
Adgrename
Jugadren Satgren
Satgrename Sri
Gurudev
Gurudev
Adgren
Adgrename
Jugadren
Jugadgrename Satgrename
Satgren
Sri Gurudev
Breathe. Okay. Japa Saraswati.
Yes.
And we have our recording.
Um, Can you see this?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Um, let's start.
Oh,
Number 826.
that's right. May
Did you
27.
see?
Mm-hmm. May 27, 2026 for ETs question mark. Okay, go ahead. Oh, no, that part is for the video for Pope Leo. And then go
Okay.
under there. Okay, here we go.
Okay. First we tune in. Dear light workers, today we are finding about our cousins ETs. We have already talked about them several times from Everyday Self. So the first thing that we will do is to listen from each of you to say what you already know about different thoughts from our galactic cousins. Now we will listen from each of your folks to say each of your short thoughts, but only if you have already said about these things. Use that round robin style in turn with each of you until we have exhausted all of our ET thoughts. Now please get your paper and pen to keep your notes for later. Next, please lead Aggie Paul for the Kriya for when you don't know what to do. Survival Kit, page 27. Just after that Kriya, please stare and meditate on your photo from this crop circle. Then ask Soul if this crop circle is from ET, and if so, does that ET give you a message? Write on your notes. Then listen to any ETs to tell you anything that they may want to show you or give them anything for you. Keep those silent ideas, but write your notes later after CNR listening. And then we'll do meditation with CNR of 1 minute of heart pumping, 5 minutes of consciousness, no reality, which is strong heart breath, belly breath, nose inhalation 6 seconds, nose exhalation 6 seconds from out of your heart center. Slide from fear, let go from any of your nasty, difficult old stuff. No reality, no thinking, no everyday self, only feel, just be light. Then 2 minutes to become awareness and understand what happened from everyday self. Use your notes. Listen and share. Lots of love, Siri Gian.
Okay, do you all understand that?
Yes.
Okay, so, so the first thing is have your paper and pen. Are you ready,
Yeah. I have paper and pen.
everybody? Okay, so now let's do for everyday self for talking and uh, also put your notes on there. Okay, I'll give Paul. Oh, by the way, each one just give one thought from each of you. So we're doing a round robin. So, okay. So each one of these thoughts are for each of those times. Got it? Was that you got it? Okay. So, Japa Saraswati.
Um, it's half formed thought, but I was first thinking of like the faces that are a little bit more neutral, like a little bit less expression reading than we have. And then I thought, wow, that's interesting. Also, a little bit less expression, also a bit less gender, like gender, a little bit less gender. And then my thought was for more like neutral beings, but then I also said, maybe that's not fair. Maybe there are also like ultra femme and masculine um ETs, and then also not just like expressionless, but maybe there are ETs with like much bigger, more expressions, and that maybe those are the ones that seem like a little bit scarier, like like in gender theory, for example, like the hyper masculinity tends to be that which is the more feared, while the hyper femininity is more like uh sexually admired sort of. And and just that like maybe that that sort of binary um exists and also doesn't exist in the alien extension. This is a very messy thought. That's my thought. I mean, there can be more like, yeah, so like maybe the aliens that have like the really big personality features on their face, like maybe they've got like extra eyes and tentacles, and like maybe they're really tall and imposing looking and have like a tail like that swishes in a Tyrannosaurus Rex type of way, like that would not be as neutral, but maybe like the first aliens that I was comfortable associating with were the more neutral ones, because that's an actually not very threatening thing in any way. Maybe that neutrality is anyway, I see a message from Aggie Paul. Hold on.
Oh,
I can't quite read it.
okay.
Can you please?
So
Oh,
now,
yes, I'm gonna send it.
okay. Okay, Paul, you the next one.
Um, can I just wait and listen and then I'll go last?
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Let's see. So instead, go for Gian das Brim.
I guess it's sort of a theme, but for me it was the shape of that oval shape, or that sort of I don't know, in the waters, how we're supported in within that splash. I don't know, and I'm being asked to just notice the shapes, like how they move and whatnot, like as opposed to what is within the form, from my opinion, for moving into that sort of hybridization, right? Of this species, that species, my species, the matter that forms all of the species, and then into the water from which we came, and then sort of releasing all of the sin and the blame. And that for me, like coming into this, like noticing other ways of energy and how we know actually what is going on, and then how what happens within our imagination and our thoughts moving forward. And the reminder for me that through that hybridization is the butterfly again, how we were speaking we in the past about that. Amorphization and transformation from one form into another, from the same seed, or that birth of the gift in the water, of how we can sort of put our vibration into that, right? Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah. Thank
good.
you.
Thank you. Honeymunder.
I don't have much to say. I, other than the idea of being a householder is living in this world, not in other worlds. So that's where I am at the moment.
Oh, are you saying using 3D now?
Whatever,
Okay,
householding.
okay, okay.
And maybe we are the aliens, who knows?
Well, I think so. Okay, here we go. Okay, so I'm going to say some, oh, wait a minute. Okay, after I give Paul, then I'll talk about something. And then we'll go around again and see what happens. Okay, I'll give Paul.
Yeah, okay, thanks. Yeah, I don't have a lot to describe from EDS. What when I listened to the Pleiadians, I did not receive any kind of like an image or anything like that. It was totally a consciousness shift, and I realized that um, because I was open to it, and it was there's I don't know how to explain, but it's a different kind of transmission that I'm not used to, and quiet, peaceful. This was at least, and not and not prefaced by any kind of an image or because what it seemed like was I really wanted to avoid projecting what images we have made or whatever, so we onto, well, in this case the Pleiadians, but we've so to me it was basically just opening, recognizing, and listening to a new frequency.
Mhm.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah. Now, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Um, you know about knowing soul, right?
Right.
And is there any difference between soul and ET?
Um, Basically, what I would say here is that soul is the overarching uh, container, and if I ask soul, then and I listen, so I tune into soul, then what I trust, what I hear is from soul, and now if I sit and I put my concentrate and put my awareness on on the Pleiadians, then um, it's it's like I dial them in, so then I trust that what I hear is from them.
Gotcha. Good. Thank you so much.
Okay, great.
Okay. Um, because there are several things. Um, when well, let's see. About, do you know about Lee Harris?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So he said that soul is actually from ET. Although when I began to listen to a voice and I kept asking, what is this? What is this? And what I kept hearing was about all of these ways are talked about God over and over again, like Jamshi, not Jump Sahib, you know,
Mhm.
and so I thought, well, I'm not going to talk about soul. So I said, can I use the word soul? So I used soul. So, okay. Okay. And then also there are many different kinds of ETs, as we have we thought for that from EDS. And for instance, I have talked from Pleiadians, and they look kind of human, and they look like what Denmark and Scandinavian, and so they looked white and very white hair, and then evidently higher, bigger blue eyes. And then, of course, on the other side, we had Arcturians, remember? Um, do you remember about those pictures of people of Arcturians are kind of blue, and they're very, how can you say, funny and fun and so on. And I've had those situations as well. And then also I saw one that looked like octopus. So and there are evidently lots and lots of different ETs going. Oh, and the one about the, what do you say? Like dinosaurs? Yeah, I went to Puerto Rico and they had a pyramid and said, find out what's there with meditation. So then I saw it like a holograph, and it looked like kind of like dinosaurs, kind of like what do you say? The big kind, uh, Tyrannus Rex. Look kind of big that way. So go on for the next. Japa Saraswati?
Another thought about aliens?
From
Um,
EDS. Go ahead.
about the distance and how far away that for them to communicate with us is traveling such a tremendous distance. And I feel that part of the distance, that the distance traveled uh, bespeaks the depth of technology that these beings possess, and also that their karmas must be, I want to say, purer to travel through space and through that far distance and through like light years and time in that way. Like they must necessarily, I think, be crossing boundaries of space time, and I feel that that must do something to their energy, to their karma, to their electromagnetic field.
Okay. Okay. Electromagnetic. Okay, I'll get Paul.
Yeah. Well, you know, I just feel, and I may be wrong about this, but it just feels like all of these so-called ETs that we identify and place certain characteristics with are basically different levels of consciousness. Different level probably is not a good word, but different forms of consciousness. And yeah, and in that, which I obviously don't know and understand, there's all different sort of parts of this consciousness that I haven't been able to really explore, or different characteristics and so forth and so on. So anyway, I'll just say that that's now, and again, this may change, but that's now my experience of what we all call ETs. So the cosmos is filled with different consciousnesses and perhaps different and like humans, we all have we kind of share all share kind of the same kind of consciousness, sort of. I don't know how to explain that, because it's very linked to our senses and so on. And so that what we call the Pleiadians, Arcturians, Venetians, all of those, they may different groups just share a certain consciousness. So when we, so I guess the key is to what is the bridge between our consciousnesses of each group, and how to bridge the consciousnesses uh, of each group, and or each type of consciousness. And as I feel that I've begun to bridge my consciousness with Pleiadian consciousness, then there's a two-way. It becomes I'm able to listen, understand, and respond. So it's like a channel to their consciousness. And and so it's a but and part of this opening, from me, is coming from welcoming an open heart, being as loving as I can, and resisting fear, rejecting fear, rejecting anger, rejecting all of that, because all of that's just going to block the channel between my consciousness and Pleiadians, because they're so high, they're so loving, they're very, very, very high beings of light.
Great. Okay. Thank you so much.
Does that make sense? I don't know what I'm saying sometimes, if if it's off the wall or what, but
That's okay. That's
okay. Thank you.
okay. Okay, Honey Munder. Oh, wait a minute. Who's next? Next is Gian Das Prem.
Thank you. Wow. It's the feeling of sitting in a circle. It's like a link here connecting us together when we do this round robin. That's so cool. So, wow, it's the weaving, right, of how this walking through time, in a sense, that we're able to, with all of this technology, this actual technology that we've gathered. I loved hearing that word, right? This is actual. This is what we're doing as a group, from a group, right? So for me, it's funny how the memory works, the brain. It's just, wow, it's so cool. So
Okay.
giving that and receiving that and being able to share that through all of this, and then being reminded through the interaction, right? So I think they were gathering all of this, and through the memory and through the learning of all these, now these humans that are coming through are just so super intelligent. And when we're bred with love and with this idea of the birthing of the freedom of information, in order for people to become freer, so that we can just notice if what is, we have to notice. It's okay. But we also can notice that we've spent a lot of time with our intentions and through our prayer, and that can also mean something, right? So when I saw those crop circles in the reading today, it just sort of, I have to come back into that circle of myself sometimes, of just listening to receive, to be able to receive, and to notice what I've kept within this vessel is energetically, right? And going back to that, the weaving, 3D reality, weaving 3D reality, like the Christ Jesus consciousness, or the Kuan Yin, the
Yes.
Kuan Yin consciousness, the consciousness, no reality, right here. There's then noticing that actual truth in the reality through the studies of whether it's AI or actual intelligence. We are opening these items that have not been seen every day, that now can be seen every day through items. So we're creating once again, right? And I think I'm repeating a lot. So it was the walking through time thing, and coming back to that with all the beings, right? That for me, I can remember when I was younger, I was drawn to the eohiphysis. Seemed as one of the first things I ever wanted to know was about this little horse that they had found. That was, and that's me going back. So if I can go back and then come to this point and try to realize everything in between, it's not going to happen all at once, right? So if there's these slow ways of it happening, and the Pleiadians, the Arcturians, I've been told I'm from Orion, so we have sort of this thing, right? We're letting go. For me, it's letting go of the root, the violence and the anger, and coming back to that motherly presence, and the sharing way of through tradition and through practice, and then sharing that to the next person. Wahi Guru. Thank you.
Good. Thank you so much. Okay. On the 4th is Hadi Mender. Hi, sweets.
Hey, going back, you mentioned somebody Harris, who I've never heard of, and I didn't catch the first name.
With what?
Um,
With the different kinds of ETs?
no,
Lee
earlier.
Harris. Lee
What?
Harris.
Say it again.
Lee Harris.
Oh, yes. You know Lee Harris?
No, never heard of
Oh,
him.
okay. Well, somebody else talk to her. Talk to Agya Paul. Yeah, we've had that before. Agya Paul, can you talk about that?
Um, well, Lee Harris is going to come to Boston pretty soon. He channels the Z's. And if you want to, Harry Munder, if you wanted to see or hear him, Pam Gregory interviews Lee Harris, and there's
Ah,
videos that that you can, you can watch and you can get a feel for him. And he has a book out. Sorry, I can't think of the title, but he's pretty good. I find that I like him. So
Yeah.
if you look for Pam Gregory's and her interviews, he's definitely one that's been filmed on YouTube.
Okay. I've seen her interviewing a man, but I didn't know the name.
Well,
Well-
she interviews David Clements too, who is a PhD physicist mathematician, who has turned into focused on energy, from our point of view. So anyway, he's also excellent. So
And-
you could watch him too.
Yes. And Lee Harris has what do you say, monthly, not a homework, but something like that. And so we watched that, and his healing their ETs from Z. We call it Z's because they don't have names, but so that for us, they talked about Zachary. So these are Z's from ETs.
Hmm.
Okay. How do you wonder?
So
You
would
got-
my grandson, whose name is Zayden, be a Z?
Mhm. Well, maybe.
Um, so one person talked about different animals as ETs, which made me think of spirit animals. I mean, we've always known that animals are certain cultures have known that certain animals have they can connect with us, or we could connect with them, and that's long been a something. And I really don't know much about Palladians or Octurians. I didn't even know how to spell it until somebody said Octur instead of like AU.
No, it's A.
Oh, it is A.
Yeah.
AUCT.
ARCTURIAN.
Arcturians.
Right.
Okay, so these names I've heard maybe in passing, Palladians more than others, maybe because you guys say it a lot, but I don't know anything about them really. And and I know Orion pops up, but it's interesting. Orion has always been my guardian. What do you call it when they're in the sky? Constellation, because wherever I am, it pops up and I can see it no matter what country I'm in or where I am. So it's pretty interesting to me.
Mhm. Oh, okay.
So that's
Thank you, dear.
Mhm.
Okay. So now, wait a minute. So, okay. So now I want to talk something about they say that ETs that we're talking about are these wonderful, extraordinary beings, like multi-dimensional, okay? Because they're helping us to evolve into higher dimensions, okay? And remember about bifurcation, the evolvement coming from those places for evolvement. And then on the other, because these ETs are helping that, and that is letting go of karmas. Because as these ETs say, that finally we are letting go of karmas. Can you believe that? Totally letting go of the cycles of karma. Okay. On the other side, there are other people who are not going to do that, so they will continue with karmas. Okay. And then, at least during this age, Aquarian age, will keep that for about 12,000 ages. No, years, 12,000 years. And then I don't know what happens after that. Okay, so anyway, with the good guys are holding away difficult or terrible ETs are not being held a part of those difficult ETs. Do you see this?
No.
Okay. So here we are. Okay. Japa Saraswati.
Yes.
Okay. Do you want another?
I don't have a lot more thoughts about, I mean, I don't have anything that's urgently needing to come out.
Uh-huh. That's a good way to put it. Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. Number 2, Agya Paul.
Ditto.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Nothing urgent. I think I said everything I needed to say. Thank you
Okay.
for asking.
Okay. Gian Das Prem. Gian Das.
Best in our being. I wrote a bunch down for directions for myself personally that are really, wow, okay, my notes are going. Longing to be longing and getting along.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Sounds wonderful. Okay. Hari Munder.
Yeah, I didn't understand what you were saying about bad ETs and good ETs. And I didn't get the gist of what you were saying about that.
Okay. So the ones that were, let's see, the higher dimension people
Mhm.
are like Arcturians, Pleiadians, or how do you say that? Like Jan Prem was talking about, and others, those who were helping us to be higher to the next evolving to the next dimension, and that means pure love, moving to pure love. And that means also telepathy and how do you say, telelocation and so on. On the other hand, there are those who are not too nice. You see, for instance, did you know that Hitler listened inside in the same way we listen to soul, but there are evidently very dark spirits to come with that terrible stuff. Okay. Oh, and also, for instance, well, we have heard from David Clement that they are funny. And actually, like one morning, I was waking up and immediately I looked onto feet that were my black leggings and which I already use all the time, and then saw these like more like male shoes, like a male shoes with tied shoes. And I looked and I said, "Oh, look at that." And it was funny because it was from another human. I mean, well, basically for an ET. So it can be so funny. It's cute. Okay. So, okay, so at this point, we have, oh, so, so now we're going to see when you don't know what you do. For instance, if ETs suddenly come in front of you, then what do you do? Oh, Judy, what did she say? Paul? Do you unmute yourself?
Sorry, I'm not sure what you mean, what she said.
I forgot. Okay. So for me, I realized I could say, "Welcome, cousin." That's about it. See you, love you. Okay. So now, would you, can you lead us for this meditation?
Sure. So if everybody would just sit straight, easy pose, or you could sit in a chair if you prefer. So this is a meditation for when you don't know what to do. It was written on March 2nd of 1979, and it's on page 27 of the survival kit. So, okay, what it will do for you. When you don't know what to do, try this meditation. It's very simple, but very powerful if done correctly. It coordinates both areas of the brain, gives you powerful insight, and coordinates the mystery of spiritual phenomena into the mastery of the three bodies, physical, mental, and spiritual. Though it looks simple, it solves many complications. It is sometimes called Gyan Mudra Kriya. So how to do it? So we're sitting straight, cross-legged, or in a chair. Relax the arms down by the side and bend the elbows. Raise the hands up and in until they meet at the level of the chest. The fingers of each hand are extended and joined in a relaxed way. So don't like spread them out, just relax. Cross the hands with both palms facing toward the chest. One palm rests in the other. So I usually rest the right palm in the left palm. And yeah, one palm rests in the other. And the thumbs are crossed. Okay, thumbs are crossed. The fingers point up at a comfortable angle. The position of left and right hands is interchangeable, so whichever you prefer. So now this is important to first look in and up at your third eye, and then slowly bring the eyes to the tip of the nose. Inhale through the nose, then exhale through the nose. Inhale through the mouth and exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. And inhale through the mouth and exhale through the nose. So continue with this sequence. Make sure all your breaths are deep, complete, powerful. And also when you're breathing through the mouth, like purse your lips as if to whistle. So start practicing this Kriya. It says here for 11 minutes, and you can then increase it to a half hour. We're going to do 5 minutes. And when you hear the sound of the gong, it will be the end of the 5 minutes. And you can take a deep breath and come back.
Okay.
Everybody okay? Any questions?
Yes, I have a question.
Mhm.
Can you continue during the meditation? Can you talk about like inhale nose, exhale nose, and then inhale mouth and so on? Can you do that?
If you'd like me to, I sure could. Will it interrupt people or?
It would be. Anybody else would like that?
I think you could probably do it through a couple cycles and then go on,
Okay,
perhaps.
I'll do
Okay.
that.
Right? How about you guys?
Good
Good.
idea.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Start. Okay. So sitting straight, inhale, exhale, and begin. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Inhale through the mouth, deeply, completely, powerfully. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the mouth with lips pursed as if to whistle, and exhale through the nose. Looking at the third eye, continue. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose. Inhale through the mouth, exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the mouth, exhale through the nose. One more time. Inhale through the nose, then exhale through the nose. Inhale through the mouth, exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the mouth, exhale through the nose, and continue. And inhale And exhale. Come back to the room.
And now see the crop circles. Look at that. Would it be a little bigger?
I tried, I can't make it bigger on this
Okay.
way.
Okay, so just keep staring, keep with hard breath. And now continue CNR, consciousness, no reality. Inside your eyes. And continue 5 minutes. Inhale. Exhale. And begin listening. Notes if you have some. Inhale. Exhale. And breathe. I'll give Paul. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
So, this was a lovely meditation and kind of just what I needed. And as I was looking at the crop circle, I'll just, okay, as my reaction, it was Sahej. It just, the repetition of forms was very calming to me. And there was a sense of ease that came through. And as I was drawn to the center, the word binary came to me. The two circles, one inside the other. And then uh, in and then in the meditation, we did a lot breathing through the nose, exhaling and breathing in through the mouth and exhale. And what that did, it made me wonder or think that our breathing, the two aspects, areas in which we breathe, mouth and nose, um, so when I was looking at this center circle that came to me, it's as if there were two, there was an entry and an exit in the center of the circle. So I was drawn to the center, and it looked like two objects were coming out of one place inside the circle. And I was thinking, oh, okay, this is entry and exit. And then I thought, ooh, what's under that? Ooh. And is there something can I go under there? And, just like when we inhale through the nose, it's the prana's coming in to us. And so how can I go into that circle? I was, uh, just kind of drawn into it. And, it just the evenness and the beauty, of it. But there was a certain mystery of, and also the forms inside the circle were all the same basic shape, different size, but basic shape. And it made for a conformation of it to just everything fit together. We'll put it this way. And I I felt like this was really cool, and that there I was invited in. I was invited in. So and I um yeah, so I think that's my reaction. Um Let me see if there's anything else. Yeah, the binary, the aspect of breathing in, breathing out, um, the the two circles, um, and then the forms in the inside, all moving like a shell inside of a shell into a one space, uh, where my eyes were just like fixed on it and wanted to really question where oh, maybe I could go there. What would be there? And so it was very inviting. Yeah,
Okay,
I think that's it.
great.
Mhm.
Would you all like to have the photo singular? Like each of you to have that?
That would be great.
Okay, we'll do that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Gian das Prem.
Satnam.
Okay.
The patterns in the breathing, and then the patterns in the reminder through the artwork are really deep, but that was for a quick meditation, just like last week. There's a progression there leading up that represents a pattern there in the breathing and paying attention. And then for me, it was lengthening the breath and noticing the sounds on the bottom end with the puckering of the mouth, and then the changing into the nostrils. I could notice the sound a little bit more, bringing me back to the attention from through the intention. Um, but the mandala for me, it was I could just see mandalas down there a little bit, changing colors, just sort of weaving around and waving around. And in the pattern of the crop circle reminded me, just the whole picture too, right, of the fabric of that way. And then, um, yeah, being a slight student of crop circles myself, there's a lot going on there. So, but I could see indigenous symbols with the woman holding the basket with seeds and grains and dried fruit and nuts, etc. For the reminder of our plant base, that we're plant-based life. I wrote this. This song just came to me in the flower of the power of being in that life of a flower. Yeah, and just coming through that way of that dance, that way of being. And for me, it's just a recurring thing. watching the nature around me do what it does through the matter of the right the words and everything and the mixing of all that back to the theme of being free and just having this way of the more we can look into it right with our technology, the more we can realize through the stories and through the fantasies and wantings and creations that we're having in our being, this immense power that we're here to share or witness, right? So how it can be for you, maybe it could be for me that it was once will be again, right? With circles of energy and light balls waking me up at night and giving me poems to write. At first it took attentions for me to speak through that wall to sort of hear that call. And yeah, and then the coming to the places where I had been reminded or even showed or told where to go, that there would be certain places for me, however you want to. So, back to Japji again, right? So there's just so many beings and so many places. And here is the fit place to be is what's inside of us, I guess, right? From the knowing and the learning through the channels and media and all that, to back to why Guru of this, get back into that life and have some fun and right of where we're doing from where we have begun. So it seems to me that things they rhyme a lot. So with the time a lot, and then the what have we meant through that, right? The allotment and coming into the ways of being and learning through the shared consciousness that's so ready for us. And then nature too. So here we are, right, with that apple skin, and here we are within. Thank you so much for this opportunity and these sharings and the coming together of these people for the circle, and for us coming into our inner knowing and accepting the teachers that are speaking through in ways that we can understand, certainly if we're hearing it ourselves. So we shouldn't be shared in the sharing, or as well of the seeing of beings, other beings. We have so many in nature, and now we'll have some that will show us the nature that we're not seeing, right? So that's going to start to come into us, into our being, the machines, the sight, the far, and the close becoming all into one. So yeah, it's a way to embrace it, right? Through the male and female and the sharing of all between one, and that we can all come to that way. It's okay to yeah, for me it's been a long process, and now I'm entering a new part of that way of being for healing myself, breaking that chain in a sense of yeah. Thank you so much, Waheguru.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Okay. And now Japa Saraswati.
Satnam. I just spent the time doing heart breath, and frequency of forgiveness and Ho'oponopono. And I didn't really feel anything about the crop circles. I just didn't really connect with the image. Um, so I've just been doing heart breath. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but I'm on the lake and the sounds really carry across the lake. Somebody's cutting some big trees, which I don't really like, and it's noisy, and I can hear the trees falling, and I don't really like that. And yeah, that's that's my message.
Mhm. Okay. And what about inside of you? Do you have any?
On the heart breath?
Yeah, of CNR.
Yeah, I just did heart breath. I've been working like a lot the last couple of weeks, more than usual. And I've been pretty, I think, worn thin from it, like I feel like I've been using CNR and have been keeping up through the experience, but I just I'm a little bit emotionally and physically tired from it.
Mhm.
And so I've been doing CNR uh to get through it, but also then just now doing heart breath for myself and for all of the work situations. And I always get very emotional when I hear people cutting down the trees. Like I can hear that it's been all morning long going down with the trees. So that's just usually sensitive for me. So that was my, yeah. And that aspect of doing the Ho'oponopono to myself, like I love you to me, please forgive you to me, thank you to me, all of that was really lovely.
Isn't that wonderful?
Mhm.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
After the healers that we went, had a session on Sunday.
How did it go?
It was good. And then Tejwant, after her meditation, she said that when she has deep meditation, that she feels that she is sleeping, but she
Mm.
called it, I can't really remember, deep insomnia. Anyway, something that would help you to be, restored, just like what you
Mhm.
were saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the feeling that I had, was about restoration, about like a restorative work.
Yes,
It
exactly.
it's
Be-
funny, oh, pardon.
Go ahead.
I taught a yoga class earlier this week. I think it was on Saturday. And I frequently end up teaching the restorative classes, but this class was like a flow yoga, which is more rajasic in nature. It's very movement oriented.
Mhm.
And I found myself really craving and wanting the the more sattvic, more restorative. And then today, that was the message that I got, was about restoration. And yeah, it was so beautiful though, to be like, how frequently do I say thank you to myself? Like that, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, and thank you to myself. It was like very tender. Um, and that was really transformative and lovely, to sort of hold myself in the prayer like that. Oh, we have Set City.
Oh,
Um, Set City is here. She is coming. Um, yeah, so that was the experience.
hi there.
Set City?
Yes, I had trouble getting on and I just watched the material over again. I hope that was okay.
Oh, on
But
like the live stream you watched it?
yes,
Oh wow, good for you.
Okay.
but it's our regular time is noon, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't want to hold people up, but I didn't know how to get on it, and I realized as I went through more of my um, text that it was way at the bottom. So I apologize. I was present, praying, and connecting with you guys. I didn't know what was going on. It's my own fault.
I love your use of technology. I love it that you can access the live stream and listen from there. That's fantastic. And then like if you're coming late, you could, for example, listen to the cue on the live stream or go back on that recording that's being broadcast, you know? That's pretty awesome.
Really, really powerful stuff. It kind of blew me away. I'm in a public library in a special quiet room, and it just made me weep.
How great. Thank you, dear.
So sorry. I'll try to figure out Tapaji. I'll give you a call later just try to get some coaching for how I can get straightened out.
Yeah, you're good, Sat City. You did really good. You used the recording. I have faith in you. You know how to do it.
Okay, and then to get on this, when did you guys start talking? Was that at noon, or did you go through a separate program
Yeah,
and
at
presentation?
noon. We start
You
at
start-
noon every week.
That's okay, that's what I thought. Okay, I'll figure it out, and I'll just be in touch by text or phone.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Time traveler. Oh my
Okay.
goodness.
Yeah.
I just want to ask you about Agya Paul. Can you tell us what you heard from ET or
Mm.
the Palladian?
Oh, yeah, that's funny because, when I hear stuff, it doesn't stay. Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay. Well, could I first just respond to Japa Saraswati for a second?
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I just want to say I'm blessing those trees. And what it brought to me again was the fact that we live and breathe in cycles, and to accept the destruction and then the construction, and then it's just, and I've recognized this over the years, et cetera, et cetera. But now it's real, it's getting real to me, how we moving into the 5D, letting go, releasing. It's like, the trees coming down and everything that goes along with the sound, the voice, the noise, the sadness. Oh, ultimate sadness. But the roots are still there. And so anyway, that's what, I just want to share that because the notion of cycles is getting more and more and more clear and important to me. So anyway, okay. So
Thank
that,
you for that.
okay.
Thank you.
Okay, welcome. So when I was meditating and listened to the Pleiad, it was interesting because it was kind of a first time thing, and they told me that they were standard bearers. I'm not sure what that means, but I'm just saying that's what they said. And I was told to send strong heart breath, love, joy, peace, grace filled gratitude to all of us in our Sangha, and to ask everyone to do the same, um, for all that are searching for truth, you know, that don't even know it, to everyone who's suffering, and and from like no self compassion, no self worth, for all that are feeling the pain of disconnection and misunderstanding, and basically from all the beliefs of the Piscean uh, era paradigm. So that was one thing that I heard from them as a directive, and it was very light. It was not like you do this. It was, oh, okay. It was flowing, and it made me want to do it and get onto that wavelength. And then what came to me was, and may it be soul, soul be it. And then then the other thing they shared was, yeah, what was the other? The other thing they shared was, yes, if you think you're losing it, then you are. You're right on. You are, because now is the time which, we're on the cusp of the Aquarian age, and we are moving. Many of has moved, moving and shifting into a from a very restricted consciousness into a higher one that's more purposeful, um, and more activated, more that giving us more powerful agency to bring 5D, and I guess I'll go to say it could be 7D, 9D, higher consciousness, um, and for others. So this is all, so when we do Ho'oponopono, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, thank you. We do it to our higher self, but we're all one. So in effect, we're sending it to everyone, and to continue that. And so and then they said that only we can tell if we're ready for this shift. And if we feel that the answer is, oh, not yet, then they're like, no pressure, no worries, just keep up, as Japa Saraswati was doing, strong heart breath, breathing deeply. So I imagine it's, getting that prana circulating, and then listening, very important, and then radiating love. And this is from the Pope Leo, and Mary, the idea of praying with heaven, praying with grace, praying with divinity, breathing with divinity. And so that's what I heard when I was listening to the Pleiadians.
Good. Thank you so much.
Welcome. Thank you.
Okay. So I feel that next week we will find out about letting go of the last parts of our karma, which are letting go of hurting your own self.
Mm.
Do you understand what I'm talking about?
Very, very much.
Okay. So that's next week. And we're going to have Agya Paul to talk about a lot of that. Is that okay?
Yay.
Oh, yeah, I am. Oh, what I was telling you before. Okay.
Yes.
Yep. Okay.
Yes. Okay. Good. Thank you, everybody.
Can I just jump in, Sut City, very quickly and report something super powerful?
Sure.
Yeah.
There's all sorts of disruptions to my day, and I'm in a library, and you have to have a special room. And what I want to share is that I'm discovering that in this shift, the universe is working so purposefully in my life, because I have to go to this, I've had a head injury, which is TBI, really been a massive struggle, and probably have to go on disability because I have no short-term memory, and I'm learning how to work with that, etc. And it turns out the counselor, here I am in this little town, Holliston Library, and who shows up? But the gentleman from the Disability Services, he's in his wheelchair. And I really had a challenge, and I tried to really do it in a subtle way, because my first meeting with him, somebody who is been very helpful to me, a sponsor from AA, but who has helped me come to terms with this impairment that looks like permanent, though Satya Kar, who works with me on it, was like, no, this is going to heal, but it's going to take time and deep acceptance and meditation and really working your Dharma and program.
That's
And
great.
so what I'm trying to just say is, what seems really unique about the current time is everything necessary is so present. If I can just be open to seeing it, and the abundance and generosity of spirit and soul is kind of blowing me away, because I really needed to talk to him. I said, hey, I'm really upset about how our meeting happened last time. And you totally shut me, you let this person dominate the whole speech, and you never asked for a word from me. And I'm the client. He
What did
really,
you say? And
I
who
just
was
said, just
doing that?
listen. We were having a meeting with Mass Ability, which is the
Oh, okay.
organization for people with impairments. Like now I got this no short-term memory. It has a lot of, I can't even explain to you how challenging it is. It's from a head injury that happened at a public mass hire where he works. So he's the guy in charge of this situation, and he didn't even listen.
Mhm.
So what was powerful about that is finding a voice in this new age, and that I needed to have that conversation with him. It was extremely polite, but also very forceful and direct, which was soul saying, hey, this is not okay.
Good.
So what I'm trying to express is my experience of soul in this new time, is that the opportunities are always there. I just have to recognize them. Like they're flowing in ways. When I'm open to soul, there's a flow of positive sat, truth, that I got to speak the truth to this gentleman. He was surprised,
Uh-huh.
but it was a good moment for him. It's just like you can't ignore the client.
Mhm.
He had all these esoteric reasons for why he was doing it. I said, well, you know what? It's not okay. You can't let somebody else speak for the person.
Mhm.
That's soul. So it's a big healing moment for me. I hope it's helpful for you. That's what I'm experiencing over and over and over and over.
And
That
that
everything I need is always already there if I'm present and in
that's
soul, connected to soul myself. So,
exactly. This is what the shift is about.
phew, yeah, it's so powerful.
God bless you, dear. Okay, so would everybody just take 1 minute for heart breath for what Salt City was talking about, letting go of that control for all
Yes.
this. So continue. 1 minute heart breath. Inhale, exhale. And what soul and ET says that we are actually God. Each of us are totally God.
Mm.
And this whole circulation or whatever it is just changing or going through our shift through these levels of dimension.
Mm.
Isn't that amazing?
Amazing.
What I just heard from Soul
Yeah,
for Sut City,
yeah.
Yeah.
long form of the Serenity Prayer in meditation.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Okay.
Can Sir Gian, could I just say something that you were prophetic about? I'm talking like 20 or more years ago when I first met you by
Okay.
total chance.
Yeah,
And what
wait
you
a
said
minute.
was,
Wait a minute. One thing. It was Agya Paul talking,
mhm,
is that right? About
didn't-
serenity.
Yeah,
Serenity Prayer.
the
Okay.
long form. The long form is what came for me.
Okay. Can you put that on our text, on our groups?
Okay, yeah, I'll find it because the
Okay.
long form is wonderful.
Okay.
And I thought it would help Sut City.
Thank you so much. It's
You're
a
welcome,
lifesaver.
dear.
It's a
Okay.
life raft.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sun City,
Yes.
what are you talking about?
Over 20 years ago, you had a class in Pittsburgh. You came all the way from Washington and gave a wonderful class with Sadhna Carr was there. It was about 20 of us, and you came to teach for a weekend. I don't know if you remember. But one of the things that always stuck by me and I see happening now is you said, here's what it's going to be like in the new age. And this is what I'm experiencing. When you need something, suddenly you'll be traveling on the road and a big truck will hit a bump and exactly what you need will fall off. And you'll be able to say to the driver, hey, can I take this? Do you
Mhm,
remember that? That whatever we need can manifest. That's what I'm experiencing
mhm.
in this age through soul. And I
Wow.
truly believe serenity prayer is a soul prayer.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. But you were talking about this, and I'm looking out. Well, I'm not in Pittsburgh, but that was such a powerful thing to say, Sirigan, that the key feature of the Aquarian age is that we can manifest so quickly, good or bad, for negativity or for positivity, or for soul or for everyday self.
That's
In
great.
that selfish space. Just me. Me.
Got it. You got it. Thank you.
No.
Okay. So now we need to lead this song. Japa Saraswati, can
Yes.
you lead that for our song?
Sure.
Thank you.
May the lifetime sun shine upon you. All love surround you. And the pure light within you guide your way on. Guide your way on. Guide your way on.
Inhale.
Oh,
No.
why?
Love you all.
Oh, thank you,
Satnam.
everyone. God bless.
Satnam. Bye,
Satnam.
everybody.
Have a wonderful
Satnam.
afternoon.